Since it is the first one in a while, I thought we would just do a nice full body bonanza to get us going. And we are going to start off with the lower body. And it would be nice in a perfect world if you have something very solid to hold on to, especially if you have difficulty with balance. And in a perfect world, you will have a desk or a stool or something you can put your hands on, not a rolly chair, to support yourself for some other types of movements here. Just to give you a heads up on that. Oh, looks like somebody got let in. Perfect. So we're going to get going here. I'm going to move my stool out of the way. The first thing we're going to do is take care of our lower body a little bit with some leg swings. So I'm going to start off with my left leg and I'm bringing it up and I'm bringing it back. And I'm going to use a little bit of momentum here. I'm not going at like a snail's pace, but I'm not like really winging my leg around either. I'm going at a slow and controlled pace because I recognize that my leg hasn't done that much today. It might need a courtesy call, a little wake-up time. So we're just going forward and back. If you happen to be chilly today, you could pause at the top, squeeze up a little bit higher, then come down, bring your leg back behind you, squeeze up a little bit higher, then back down. But if it just feels good to allow the joints to lubricate and wake up a little bit, you can do that too. We'll go ahead and do the other side now. Just going back and forth here. And always being mindful as we move. So our bodies are changing all the time. We wouldn't want to find out that our bodies had had some sort of system update by getting hurt. We would want to know that before we get hurt. So it's really helpful to move mindfully and just take that feedback as like, okay, good information. So we're done the leg swings on both sides. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a big step forward and a big step back. So whatever leg you step forward with, you're going to step back with that same leg. And now we'll go to the other side. Big step forward, big step back with the same leg, and we'll keep going, alternating. Just walking. Just a big step forward and a big step back. Switching sides again. Big step forward, big step back. And we're going at your own pace. We're also doing this with really nice, long, tall posture. And we're going to aim for one more on each side. All right, we're going to take one more big step forward. Pause. And from here, we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. So I have my right leg going back. My left leg is going forward. I'm going to tuck my pelvis under. So if I had a tail, tucking that under. I'm going to check in with my hip bones, making sure they are square and facing over that front foot. Beautiful. From here, you should feel a little stretch in your hip flexors. If you're not able to feel that, you could bend the front knee, you could tuck your pelvis a little bit more, you could drive the right hip forward slightly, and then reach up and over with your right hand. This could be another good time to hold on to something for balance so that you can really relax into the stretch and focus on the stretch. Take a really deep breath here. In and a complete breath out. And see if you need any adjustment. Sometimes when we hang out in a stretch for a moment, we find we're able to go in a little bit deeper. So you might want to adjust by tucking your pelvis under a little more, sinking into the stretch a little bit further, or tweaking the angle of the hips so that they're going straight forward. One last deep breath here. In as full as you can make your lungs. And exhale completely. Beautiful. So now we're going to do the other side. I had stepped forward with my right foot before. Wait, no, step forward with my left foot before. So now I'm going to step forward with my right foot. And now I'm going to tuck my pelvis under. Left leg is going back. So I'm going to make sure that my left hip bone is coming forward so that it's square. Both hips are aiming over that right foot. And then from here, as long as I have a slight stretch in the hip flexor, I can bring the arm up and over if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, you can leave that part off. If the balance is helpful for you to have a little balance assist, hold on to something here. And now we're going to go ahead with a couple of really deep breaths. Inhaling to really fill your lungs and exhaling completely, letting it all go. If you find that you do want to adjust, you could sink into the stretch more or engage your lower abs, glutes and hamstrings to tuck the pelvis a little bit further. And one more deep breath. And let it go. Alrighty. So now we're going to do a little bit for our upper body, starting off with some shoulder rolls. So I'm going to draw the biggest circles that I possibly can on my rib cage with my shoulders. I'm going in one direction right now, and in a moment we'll reverse direction. Beautiful. Go ahead and switch direction so you're going the other way here. And hopefully you can see that as I'm bringing my shoulders back, my chest is opening up. And then my shoulders go up by my ears, and then my shoulders go forward, and I've got a nice round back there. If you want to see it from the side, it looks like that. But my back is more open and my chest is more closed. And then we go down, and I'm really reaching for the floor as my shoulders go down, and we just keep going around the clock. Beautiful. So the next thing we're going to do with our arms and for our shoulders is start off with your hands directly in front of you. Hands are even with the shoulders or relatively even with the shoulders. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to bring my arms out to the side. My palms are up. If it's more comfortable for you, if your palms are still facing forward, that is fine. Shoulders stay low, hands stay high. And then I'm going to bring my hands in towards each other, and I'm going to squeeze them there. So I'm just pressing against myself. If you want to make it hard, you're just working against yourself, so you can make it as hard as you want. If you want to make it hard, you could be literally shaking here. And if you want to take it a little bit easy, you can go light. Hands all the way out. Pause. See if you can engage the muscles across your back, rear delts, to pull your hands apart a little bit further. Bring the thumbs or the back of your hands towards the wall behind you, and then back in front of you, squeezing your palms together. And now you're going to go back and forth at your own pace. Pause, get that muscle contraction, and then switch position, other muscle contraction. One more in each position. Nice. And then we're going to just switch the angle. So very similar movement, but what I'm going to do is my hands are going to stay parallel, palms towards each other. My hands are going to go up over my head or as close to over my head as they go. And then I'm going to bring my hands back behind me. Bringing my pinkies as close to the ceiling as they go. And I'm going to go back and forth a couple of times just to establish range of motion. And then whenever I get comfortable with it, I'm going to pause. I'm going to squeeze my thumbs back a little bit further without arching my lower back. We're keeping our core in tight. And then switching position. So I'm bringing my pinkies up and back, pause, squeeze up a little bit higher, and then switch again. So pause, squeeze, switch. Pause, squeeze, switch. Beautiful. And if your shoulders start to get tired at any point, all you do is you say, thank you, shoulders. And you can give them a little shake out, a little rest, and just appreciate that your body's working in a strange way and it's working well for you. It's trying. Lovely. One more each side. So one more with your hands going back. And one more with your hands going up. Nice. And now we're going to get in a little bit for our spine. So I'm going to use my stool for this part. If you were to somehow be trapped without a desk or a stool or any surface that's an appropriate height for you to put your hands on, you could also put your hands on your knees here, just as an additional option, or even a wall might work. If you don't mind being on the floor, you could do this on hands and knees as well. So I'm going to go into a little bit of a cat-cow type of movement here, where I'm arching my back. And when I'm arching, I'm bringing my head back into space. I'm aiming to bring my chest through my hands. And I'm thinking about getting a counter stretch for my mid and upper back. My mid and upper back are rounded so much of the time that that variety of movement feels really good. My lower back gets enough of a bend, so I don't worry about pushing that arch into my lower back or into my cervical spine, my neck here. Those things arch a lot. And then when I'm rounding, I'm thinking about tucking my pelvis under, tucking my chin under to get that counter stretch from that arched position those pieces of my body are often in. And I'm not going to round out through my upper back so much. So go back and forth a few times, just at your own pace. Sometimes if you hit a position that feels really good, you want to hang out there for a couple of breaths. And sometimes it just feels good to keep moving. So follow what works for you. We'll do one more round in each position. Beautiful. And now I'm going to go closer to the edge of my stool, desk, whatever I've got here, or just one hand on one knee. And I'm going to draw the biggest circle that I possibly can with my left hand, and my right hand is going to either hold onto my knee or be on the edge of that desk. So we're getting in a little bit of a twist. And I'm always going for the biggest circle that I possibly can here. You can watch your hand go around the clock. Well, I guess this is counterclockwise. That's what I'm doing. You can watch your hand or not. It's totally up to you. And we'll do the other side next. This one I'll just show you on my knee. Getting in a little bit of a twist. Beautiful. One more circle here. Then you're going to stand up. And you're just going to take a really deep breath as you reach up towards the ceiling. You're inhaling. And when you want to bring your hands down, you exhale. Thank you all so much for joining me. Been a wonderful stop, drop, and move, and I hope you have a fantastic afternoon.